my dad says
No.
This video is about all the accessories my dad has on his motorcycle.
I have a crap ton of accessories. None of these people sponsor me, and I'll give you my honest total opinion about it. But here we go. So let's start with the handguards here. These are the stock handguards right here, but these are Hepco and Becker handguards for the CRF1000. They're really decent. I mean, if you're hitting small itty bitty trees with them or weeds and things like that, and you don't want to break these, this is perfectly acceptable. If you have a small tip over and this hits the concrete, there may be a little bend or something, and you could kind of pound it out. Obviously, you have to take this off to do it. But other than that, I mean, for the most part, they're decent. Now, if you get into some really rocky off-road stuff, you smash a tree, it's going to destroy this. So you can get some bark busters or something like that, which I should be getting eventually. There's a whole lot of other things here. So let's talk about these accessory lights. The accessory lights are Clearwater. These are really awesome lights. They have a really cool lens on it. I kind of pulled the lens out, but it's a little orange amber lens. So you could just put that in and off. This is the hybrid model, so this has a whole lot more of a spot on this side, and that one's the 3-beam one, and that's more of a flood. If I had to do it again, I'd probably just get these for both of them. But they're super freaking expensive, but they're worth their weight in gold. You could see to the end of the world with this thing on high, and you'll never run out of travel space, maybe unless you're on a booster or something hitting 200. But in general, those are awesome lights. They're also completely and fully adjustable. So during the day, you can run them down to 15%, or you can on low beam, or you can run them up to 85, I believe, on low beam. And then as soon as you hit high beam, they go on 100%. Now, if you have them on low beam and you hit the horn once or twice, they'll sit there and beep beep when you hit the horn. So that's really cool too. I have a TomTom GPS, and it's a mount system. I don't recommend TomTom. I think it's a $650 paperweight. I have the Rider 400. I would have gone Garmin. I do have the RAM mount system. This is a lockable, so this can't be taken off and stolen. There's the key in my saddlebag. I alluded to this earlier. This is that shield that keeps the fork wind dam, and it keeps a lot of excess wind off your helmet. I don't know who made this one exactly, but there's several available options online. Highly recommend either make your own or buy one, but it's totally worth the cost, and it's not super expensive. And it has little cutouts so your bars can turn in them and stuff like that. It's no big deal. I have the Altrider light guard right there. I went on the Trans-America Trail, and so we did a lot of off-road stuff, and I didn't want to break that assembly. It's a pretty expensive assembly to replace. There are some nice little accessories where you can get a Camel brand extra gas tank right here in this little area, but I haven't had the money to do that kind of thing. But that's really cool, and it works off your motorcycle, the suction of the gas tank. And so when the gas tank starts draining, it actually pulls from that tank, and your tank actually doesn't start going down until that accessory tank is low. All right, more accessories. We got pretty much the full Touratech stuff on this motorcycle. I've got upper crash bars. I've got the lower crash bars. And I also have the massive skid plate that comes on for the Africa Twin, the larger than normal skid plate from Touratech. I can say that if you lay it down, it's barely going to scratch the uppers. Your handlebars are going to take most of it. And then there's a potential chance, depending on how hard you hit or what you hit, that this part right here could be forced into the crankcase. So I'm not super sold on the Touratech crash bar system. There's a couple other ones, in my opinion, that may be better. Leave a comment. I might tell you below, or at least from what I heard. I've never had any on my motorcycle. These very large saddlebags. So there's a smaller one over here because we have the exhaust, and so it actually sets it out more, and so the edge of that is about the same far out as the edge of this one. This is a larger one. These stickers are added, obviously. I really like this one, by the way. Sorry, squirrel. And then these are great for on-road use. Keeps the good guys out, because if you really wanted to, all you'd have to do probably is, well, I probably shouldn't say, but you could jimmy that lock quite easily if you really tried. You'd screw the whole bag up, obviously. They're really good on-road. Off-road, I've taken them off-road. We've had a little accident with them where I caught that saddlebag really hard by something that was super solid. The saddlebag stayed on. I ripped the lid off. It jerked to the subframe here for the Touratech, and it actually may have caused some damage to the motorcycle itself, especially to the footrest where it plugs in and up under the seat. It depends on how hard you hit. It was a pretty good hit. But that being said, they're great for the street. I'd probably prefer some soft bags if I was going to do a whole lot more off-road. I do have these Hyperlites for the brake lights and the turn signals. So this one right here and this one right here is brake lights, and that one right there and that one right there is turn signal. And they flash continuously. You can do it where they'll flash like 5 times and then go straight on, but I like it where they just continually flash. It really catches people's attention, and I really, really like them. They're super bright as well. Alright, so they're not blinking right now. Maybe it's a deception of the frame right here, but they're solid. Melee, push the button. So if you hit the brakes, there, now they start flashing quite fast, and they're really super bright. They brightened up. Okay, let go. There's my little daughter's helping. Thank you, baby. And so it really catches people's attention. That's really nice. It's a really nice feature. And this is what happens when you turn the flashers on. Either way, this is the hazards, obviously, which are never going to be used because it's a Honda. Maybe if you have a Harley or something. But this is what it looks like. I have to turn them on every so often just to make sure that the hazards actually work. But you can see the bottom one's flashing and the top ones as well. It's an extra added benefit since this motorcycle only has really one light in general on the backside, and I'm used to big sport touring motorcycles, so I want to be seen a little bit better. Alright, and while I'm back here, I have this system. It's a camera system front and rear. I believe it's European. It has a GPS, so it can tell you your speed. You can turn that off if you really want. It gives a back camera. And then it also gives a front camera. And I think it's worth its weight. It's really cool to either catch idiots on the road around you, and you can show all your buddies, or just in case you ever get to an accident and you die, and your spouse can actually take that video and I guess sue the ever-living crap out of, it's Innovv. They can just make sure that you're not the legal person that's responsible for all that. And it's all kept locked and secured under this rear seat, so nobody can really get to it. I mean, unless your bike is stolen or something like that. It has a lot of cool features. I'll leave a link down in the description below, but it even has a feature that if you turn it on, that, if you jolt the bike or something, and it moves just a little bit while it's parked, it'll automatically click on and start recording for 5 seconds. So if somebody, hits your bike or something like that, then, at least it's on video and you can come back and find people. Alright guys, so another thing that I completely forgot about that I have is this really cool fuse system. It's from Eastern Beaver, and it's a guy out of Japan. He owns an Africa Twin and a couple other things. First of all, customer service is awesome. And everything that he does, he backs it up. I think I had one thing miswired or something came loose in shipping, and he just sent me a brand new one and said, sorry about that. I recommend him just because of that, and he's really reachable, and he'll get right back to you. So this is a PC3. He doesn't have the PC3 anymore. It looks like he has a PC4 and a PC8 on his website. He has bike-specific stuff. This is really cool because this is literally a plug and play. He uses the stock system where it plugs into the stock wiring harness with the proper connectors. Just click, goes right in. The only thing is you have to wire it to the battery. Other than that, it's a click and play. Everything is awesome. He also does other connectors on the bike, or you can ask him about other connectors. Like an example is when I had these extra lights put on, these Hyperlights, the turn signals. I needed a pigtail off of the turn signals inside the back tail piece right here. And what he did is he was able to take that stock connection and make a pigtail off of it. So it was literally a plug and play with no splicing. It was amazing. So this guy, again, he backs his work. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'd totally recommend one of these. I see one of these is hot all the time, and 2 of these are switched. I have my just a stock standard SAE plug for usually heated stuff, or I could even charge my cell phone. And then the other one is actually for my GPS, which is a really low amperage one. And then I have a always on, which is actually on right now my camera system, my Innovv. Everything's waterproof. It was custom done. Like I said, he does bike specific stuff and he knows what he's doing. I also have the Remus titanium exhaust. The way it's actually set up, it looks fairly stock. I don't think most people know that it's different, except for the nice sound it makes. So it's just the end exhaust, the end cap, the canister, but the rest of the exhaust is all stock. So is this saddle. So I got brand new seats not too long ago. After about 10,000 miles of riding this thing, I decided the stock seats weren't just for me. The reason behind that is the stock seat's actually fairly comfortable. Kind of feels more of a dirt bike. It's not too big and it's not too necessarily narrow, but it's a little hard. And you start getting a little bit of butt fatigue, I guess, after about 100-ish, 150, 200 miles. And I typically do a lot more road traveling than that. So this is a Sargent seat, and it has like little tailbone depressions in it, front and rear. So, this thing, it's done pretty good. I've put about I guess actually about 1,000 miles in a day on it, and it's done great. And then finally, my very last accessory here is these off-road tires. So I've had these before, and we'll do a review on some tires, because I've had a lot of different tires. I change my own tires typically and do all my own maintenance as well. So I bought an extra set of tires, and this one's not completely assembled yet. As you can see, there's some stuff missing here, just like that one right there, that little thing, it's missing there. Any rate, some off-road tires. It was kind of expensive, but over many years and stuff, it'll work its way out in cost benefit, so I don't have to buy so many dang tires. So I could just switch these out. I have an extra set of brake pads and everything, and it'll just be 15-20 minute switch out, and I'll be good. All right, that's the end of the review for this one. You gonna start it up? Start it up. No, look at this one. Push it. Yep.